Fala galera do canal, vamos fazer uma partida aqui da NBA 2K25, né? Esse jogo foi gratuito na PlayStation Plus essencial, né? Nesse mês de junho. Nós vamos dar uma conferida aqui, jogar, né? Esse é o atual 25, né? Sendo que daqui uns 3 ou 4 meses já deve estar lançando o 26, né? Aí às vezes, certo ano, eles dão gratuito para jogar aí, né? Aí nós vamos jogar com essas duas equipes que estão na final da NBA na atualidade, né? Parece, né? Então, o Oklahoma City Thunder contra a Indiana Pacers. Então, vamos fazer aqui esse jogo como fosse uma final, né? Vamos lá.
At forward, 6'6", number 23, Nesmith. At one guard position, 6'4", number 2, Andrew. In the middle, 6'11", number 33, Miles Turner. At the other forward, 6'8", number 43, Pascal Siakam. At guard, 6'5", 0, Tyrese Halliburton.
Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brett Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. Let's check out the standings in the Western Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Taking a look at Oklahoma City, they've continued to play strong basketball, got utterly dominant as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there.
And when I look at Oklahoma City, they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a roll this group's been on here early on.
And don't count on that coming to an end anytime soon. The talent level of this squad is off the charts. And with the momentum they're gathering here early in the year, they could steamroll through the season.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. And for the Pacers, Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the...
Pessoal, que eu vou tentar mudar aqui a posição da câmera, né? Porque a câmera tá filmando numa posição que eu não gostei muito.
Five. Halliburton in the backcourt. Nembhard to his side. And it's Nesmith in at the small forward. Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side. But when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander after Tyrese Halliburton was able to get the triple. Jordan misses. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for the Indiana Pacers. And this group reaching a major milestone this season, notching their 50th win in their last game.
Hey, you love to ensure a winning season, and most NBA teams, even great ones, consider this a major accomplishment.
Well, at that mid-range, Siakam has a nice face-up game.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. His scoring average of about 32.5 points a game tells you all you need to know about how dangerous a player he can be. Fires the three. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
SGA doesn't rely on the three to get his points, but man, when it's followed, watch out.
Halliburton deciding where to go with it. Jacks up a three, and the Pacers another three.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Now, here's George. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Again, the Thunder score. There has been a lot of discussion about the length of the NBA season, GA. Do you think 82 games is the right number?
Well, I do. It's worked well for over 50 years, so why change it? And if we do change it, it affects records and how we compare the game across years.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Rick Carlisle and I did speak a few minutes ago. And he knows his team has its hands full going up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Coach said Shai is one of the best in the league when it comes to scoring off the bounce. And when he's not scoring, he's kicking it out to an open teammate. So we have to make sure our rotations are quick. We'll see how the defense responds, Kevin.
Thanks, David. That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has so many of the qualities that you want in a leader. He fights, he's energetic, he's a team-first guy, and he just looks for ways to get his guys fired up.
The Pacers making a switch here. Mathurin's checked in. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Brent, there can't be any question now that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has arrived as an NBA superstar.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, you finish in the top 3 of MVP voting. That is a stamp of approval. SGA, one of the more feared players in the game, and this guy is on his way.
And so it's Rick Carlisle here calling timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Balls is checked in for Oklahoma City. Oh, there's a chance. Let's show you the teams that have thrived on the fast break this season. The Pacers in 5th.
You know, it's an entertaining style of play. And look, I mean, those are the baskets you want if you've got the legs for it. Scoring becomes a lot easier.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Nembhard with it. Last game we saw him score 14. Siakam looking around. Clock at 6. Sinks the triple. Siakam's got 5 points so far.
When he finds the shot he wants, Siakam is a threat from range.
Here's Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Here's Nembhard. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Here's Mathurin. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
And inside, Mathurin makes great use of his agility, developing some instincts for how to get around in traffic.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Now, here's Siakam. We saw him with 19 points his last outing.
Yeah, you got to get out on that. Siakam demonstrating that ability to hurt you from beyond.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Wallace. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. Pacers leading by 5. Now, Nembhard hasn't made one yet. Here's Siakam. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so one free throw coming up.
And I like the subtle adjustment he made to create a little space for that one.
Yeah, that's an awesome finish there for sure. Not allowing that big guy to have his way or alter the shot.
For Indiana, Pascal Siakam. 1 shot.
And Siakam, no good on that one. Pascal Siakam getting it done for the Pacers. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. We've got more in store for you right after this. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
So much good energy and flow tonight that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
And Halliburton's got the ball here for Indiana. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Their last encounter was in Oklahoma City, where they were able to handle the Thunder.
And they scratched out a close win the last time these two teams met. I think their ability to attack and create foul trouble for the opposition was a real factor.
Well, it was, because they got to play a lot of the second half against the second unit. The guys that ordinarily would have been out there were stuck on the bench with all those fouls.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going here in the second quarter. Mason Wallace is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Alex Caruso. Then it's Williams. And it's Wiggins in at the 4. In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yeah, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with the coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
The shot's good. Thunder trailing by 9. Wallace left side. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Wallace has got his first bucket of the night. And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about.
Estamos aqui, né, pessoal? Jogando NBA 2K25. Tá gratuito para jogar esse mês. É na PlayStation Plus essencial. Na PlayStation Plus essencial. Esse mês de junho, né? Ficou gratuito para jogar para os assinantes. Eu tô jogando aqui um pouquinho, né? Tô fazendo aqui a final, né, da NBA. Mas eu me refiro a NBA de verdade mesmo, é os jogadores de verdade mesmo, da competição, né? Não é que no videogame não. E na NBA mesmo, de verdade, é competição. Parece que quem tá na final é o Oklahoma City Thunder, parece, né? E a Indiana Pacers, né? Eu tô fazendo a final aqui, né? Como se fosse a final aqui, né? Então tá aí uma apresentação aí da cheerleader, né? A líder de torcida aí, né? Essa apresentação aí, né?
And some changes here for the Pacers. Miles Turner comes in for one. And Andrew Nemhard's subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Then for the Thunder, Hartenstein's checked in for Williams. And it's Dort in for Cason Wallace. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks very much. Tyrese Halliburton is a person who's in control. He says, I want to win, so I'm just trying to figure out the right way to do that. Right now, it's get the ball in my hands and just make the right reads. I can facilitate probably better than the majority of people in the league. So that's what I want to do. I want to get my guys involved. Kevin?
He does, doesn't he, David? Every single time. And, David, we thank you for that report. And, Brent, you hear some players now having their shooting motion analyzed with optical recognition. More data for the shot doctors.
Well, Kevin, information is one thing, but disseminating that information and being able to communicate that to a player is really where the rubber meets the road. How are you going to help him grow with that kind of analysis?
And he's good on the three ball.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Wiggins outside. Caruso looking for an opening. And the foul on Obi Toppin. That's his first foul.
And it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys.
Attention fans, now on the court is your Kite Squad. Get loud, let the appearance. T-shirts, freshly printed, ready to go. Get up on your feet, fans.
Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Wiggins. Jalen Williams comes in for Alex Caruso. And it's Cason Wallace in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Here's the three. That's in, and the Pacer lead is cut down now to just 8 points with the basket from Wallace.
And doing a much better job from three-point range than they were in the first. It's going to help them chip away at that lead.
Now, here's Halliburton. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Thunder in Oklahoma City. They're in for three. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Wallace, the pass to Holmgren. Williams scanning the floor. And the rebound goes to the Pacers.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
Now, here's Toppin. Baseline jumper. And again, it's Indiana converting.
Toppin taking a smart shot there and does not force the action.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. For three, Holmgren. Offensive rebound. Pass to Wallace. Holmgren with it. This one for three. And it's Mathurin with the rebound. Out to the wing. He got it up. What a play! Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
That, my friends, is a dagger on the way to the locker room. That three-pointer stings when it comes right at the end of the half.
And so it's Indiana with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. Back right after this.
Welcome to the halftime show. And if they're going to turn this around, it's going to be a long road back for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah, their defensive effort uninspiring, like Kenny's acting career.
Oh, okay. I'm not even going to go through the films that you in. Stay in your lane, brother. Stay in your lane.
And now, as the season winds down, a look at the Western Conference picture.
Taking a look here at the Thunder, with the playoffs right around the corner, they're in tremendous shape. They're right on top in the first half.
You mean they're ruling the rules? They're taking shots from every team every night, and they're still landing on top.
What's ruling the rules? Never heard that.
And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
Pacers leading by 16. Halliburton in the backcourt. Nembhard to his side. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Nesmith in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Seems like every time, Greg, we see Tyrese Halliburton, he's wearing a big smile on his face.
Talk about a guy who just loves this game. Halliburton is such an enthusiastic player, and that positive attitude really affects his entire team.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Tyrese Halliburton has become the face of the Pacers franchise. He says they've done a great job of allowing me to spread who I am and how I play throughout the organization. The guys and the coaches have adapted to that. Good things are happening. I want us to be the best team in the league. Kevin, he's certainly taking it in the right direction.
David, I'm infatuated with this guy as you are. He does so much at such a young age. Man, the sky is the limit. Now, Halliburton. After the missed three from Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league.
Williams, that's good.
Yeah, so reliable. He clearly needs to be more involved in the offense as they try to shrink this lead.
Now, here is Halliburton. He's got 8. Shoots over Holmgren. Not enough on that one as it misses.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. No, he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all. And you, for sure, you don't want him taking that kind of shot.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. He's checked in for the Pacers. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Alex Caruso. He's checked in for Holmgren. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now.
2 minutes remaining.
Halliburton outside.
2 minutes.
Pass to Nembhard. Shoots over George. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Nembhard's got 5 points now in the quarter. On the wing, Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 1:31 left to play here in the third. Yep, that one goes in there.
This is what Gilgeous-Alexander does. He attacks you relentlessly.
Pacers leading by 14. And here's Halliburton. 8 points for him. Turner for 3. Dort grabs the miss.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
And the cut by Hartenstein.
They worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
Mathurin, good.
And for a classic two-guard like Mathurin, you have to knock down threes with consistency.
Bounce pass from Gilgeous-Alexander. Third quarter of basketball here. Just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. He misses the mark. He's now 6 of 8. Mathurin passes to Turner. And that's a foul called on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game. Indiana making some changes. Obi Toppin's checked in for Miles Turner. Shepard comes in for Andrew Nembhard. And it's T.J. McConnell in for Halliburton. The Thunder also changing it up. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. And Wallace subbed in for Dort. A shot by McConnell, no good. Thunder trailing by 15. Over in the corner, Williams. To the left side wing. Caruso with the ball. Takes the three. He's off on that one. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Pacers lead by 15.
Terminamos agora o terceiro quarto. E iremos agora para o próximo. Agora vai ser o último quarto, né? Encerramento aí.
Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hold your ground. Hold your ground. Your job is just to stay in front of this guy. Don't blow by.
Well, preaching strong defense there, GA.
I mean, basic fundamentals. He doesn't want to see anyone on his
E o último quarto, vamos.
on that end.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Taking a look at the Thunder. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Wallace. Then it's Aaron Wiggins. And it's Alex Caruso. And it's Williams at the center filling out the middle. Sinks the three-pointer.
D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Halliburton. Williams gets the bucket.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from range.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Now, here's Halliburton. Here's McConnell. Over Gilgeous-Alexander. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Aaron Wiggins. First personal foul. First team foul.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Indiana.
Their accuracy in this one has just been on another level. I mean, the three ball keeps falling, and the defense just hasn't been able to run them off the line.
Well, looking at the stat sheet, I can just see here tonight, sharing the basketball, the stat that comes up most is assists. So sometimes you have to look for your teammate. That makes things happen. They've done it.
Acertei lance livre.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's an 18-point game. Got it from 16
Mano, pessoal, quando tá dando enterradas aqui, que ainda não aprendi muito bem ainda como faz pra dar enterrada, né? Acho que enterrada é legal no basquete, mas acho que bolas de 3 lances.
Gilgeous-Alexander against McConnell.
Eu ainda não aprendi a dar enterrada. Depois tem que dar uma olhada lá nas instruções para ver como é que faz, né?
Gilgeous-Alexander against Halliburton. And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 20 points.
Gilgeous-Alexander has blossomed into this forceful guard. Just look at this performance.
McConnell passes to Turner. Good. And McConnell gets the assist.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim.
Fez a jogada aleatoriamente, dependendo do movimento que o jogador faz, né?
Players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Hartenstein, and it's sent back by Turner.
And I would not test Turner. And Miles has led the NBA in blocks and just has great timing on his jumps.
Now, here is Halliburton. In the corner, it's Nesmith. Takes a three, and the Pacers another three.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Williams gets the bucket.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Pacers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And the strong effort.
Deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui na câmera aqui só. Só pra gente poder ver o posicionamento aqui da câmera, né? Vou botar uma câmera diferente.
Will convert into what will be their 50th win on the season.
Well, at least they're going to salvage a game from the season series after losing the first two.
And something we've come to expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for Tyrese Halliburton.
And guys, I just felt he was tremendous tonight. His energy infected his teammates and the wrecking ball on both ends.
Catching up on the changes now for Indiana. Toppin, he's jacked in for Turner.
Não, achei não. Achei que assim não ficou muito bom assim não. Vou mudar então o posicionamento. Vou ver se assim melhora.
Walker comes in for
Assim tá mais perto.
Benedict Mathurin, he's checked in for Neesmith. And Shepard subbed in for Halliburton. Now, here's McConnell. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Shepard for the 3. Traps in the tray.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Caruso against Mathurin. Here's Joe. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. 20 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And Indiana can just let the clock run down here. Here's McConnell. And the Pacers another 3.
Impressive job.
Vamos trocar novamente aqui só para encerrar, né? Só uns lances rápidos. Agora vamos botar a câmera normal, né? Pronto, assim é normal.
The players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on. That can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate.
Aí ganhamos aqui a Indiana Pacers, 69-41.
And we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offense.
Agora vamos gerenciar a Indiana Pacers, vai ser campeão da NBA mesmo, em cima do Oklahoma City Thunder.
For joining us, that'll do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. Now it's time to present our player of the game.
É isso, pessoal. Essa foi um jogo aí, né? E aí, esse foi uma final da NBA, a gente jogando uma partida. Então vou encerrar esse vídeo, pessoal. Olha então. Até o próximo vídeo então.